If a problem comes, success will come. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you something. You cannot have success without problems. You can't have victory without battles. You can't have a testimony without a test. Some of why all sitting here today, frustrated, tired, feeling like life is throwing everything at you. But let me tell you this, if a problem comes, success will come down. When a problem shows up in your life, it's not there to break you, it's there to build you. Too many people look at problems as signs that they should stop, that they're not good enough, or that life is unfair. But the truth is, problems are just the price you pay for the success you're asking for. You want to level up. You want to achieve something great. Then you better be ready to deal with some challenges. Nothing worth having comes easy, and every person who has ever made it big had to go through something to get there. Think about it like this: when you go to a store and you see something valuable, something that catches your eye, you know you can't just take it. You have to pay for it. And the more valuable the item, the higher the price. Success works the same way. Everybody wants it, but not everybody is willing to pay the price. And what's the price? Problems, struggles, sleepless nights, setbacks, disappointments. People who succeed understand that problems are part of the process. They don't run from them, they embrace them. They know that every challenge they face is actually preparing them for the next level. That's why when life throws something tough their way, they don't fold. They adjust. They strategize. They find a way through it. Because they know on the other side of that problem is a reward. Look at anyone who has built something from nothing, and you'll see a trail of problems they had to overcome. They got rejected, they lost money, they had people doubt them, they made mistakes. But what separates them from the ones who gave up is that they understood problems weren't there to stop them, they were there to qualify them. See, you can't manage millions if you can't handle being broke. You can't lead people if you fall apart every time you're criticized. You can't build a legacy if you quit at the first sign of trouble. The problem you're facing right now, it's not a punishment, it's an opportunity. It's a test to see if you really want what you say you want. A lot of people say they want success, but when it gets hard, they back down. They start questioning if they're even meant for it. That's why most people never reach their full potential, because they let their problems scare them off instead of using them to get stronger. Every challenge you go through is making you better, whether you realize it or not. Problems force you to think differently, to grow, to develop new skills, to push past what you thought was possible. Without them, you'd stay the same. And success doesn't come to people who stay the same. It comes to people who evolve, who rise to the occasion, who refuse to be defeated by temporary obstacles. That pressure is something most people try to avoid. It makes you uncomfortable. It tests your patience, and it pushes you to your limits. But what most people don't realize is that pressure is exactly what turns something ordinary into something extraordinary. A diamond doesn't start out looking like a diamond. It starts as a lump of coal, dark, rough, and unremarkable. But when that coal is put under intense heat and pressure over time, it transforms into something valuable, something people admire and desire. The same principle applies to life. Everybody wants success, but nobody wants the pressure that comes with it. Pressure can come in different forms: struggles, deadlines, failures, expectations, competition, but the purpose of all of it is to shape you, to refine you, and to prepare you for the success that's ahead. You can't just wake up one day and have everything you want without going through something that proves you're ready for it. That's why the road to success is filled with obstacles. Every setback, every challenge, every moment of doubt is just life applying pressure, testing you to see if you're really built for the greatness you're chasing. Some people crack under pressure, but others rise. The difference is in the mindset. If you see pressure as something negative, something that's out to destroy you, then you'll fold every time life gets tough. But if you understand that pressure is necessary, that it's shaping you into something stronger, then you'll learn to embrace it. The people who make it to the top aren't the ones who had it easy. They're the ones who took the pressure and used it to become better. They didn't let the heat break them, they let it transform them. Think about the athletes who train day in and day out. They push their bodies to the limit. They endure pain. They deal with losses. And they keep going because they know that pressure is the only way to improve. Think about entrepreneurs who risk everything, face rejection, lose money, and still find a way to make it work. The pressure they go through is what builds their resilience, their creativity, their ability to overcome any obstacle. Without pressure, they would never reach their full potential. Most people want success, but they want it without struggle. They want growth without discomfort. They want results without the process. But that's not how it works. The heat and pressure you're feeling in your life right now are not there to destroy you, they're to shape you into the person who can handle the success you're asking for. Without it, you'd stay the same, and staying the same means staying average. Every person you look up to, every success story you admire, every breakthrough you dream of it, all comes from someone who went through intense pressure and refused to break. That's the difference between those who make it and those who don't. Struggles have a way of making people doubt themselves. When things aren't going right, when life keeps throwing obstacles in the way, it's easy to start questioning if success is even possible. But what most people don't understand is that struggles are not a sign to stop, they are proof that growth is happening. Every single challenge, every setback, every moment of difficulty is shaping you into the person you need to become for the next level. People often say they want success, but what they don't realize is that success requires a version of you that doesn't exist yet. The person you are today might not have the skills, the mindset, or the strength to handle the success you're asking for. That's why struggles come first. They are life's way of preparing you, of building your character, of teaching you the lessons you're going to need when you get to where you're going. Without those struggles, you wouldn't grow, and without growth, you wouldn't be able to handle the success you're chasing. Think about it like this. If a seed never struggled to break through the dirt, it would never grow into a tree. If a butterfly never fought its way out of the cocoon, it would never develop the strength to fly. Struggles are part of the natural process of becoming something greater. The problem is most people see struggles as a stop sign instead of a stepping stone. They go through one hard situation and think that means they aren't meant for success. But in reality, that struggle is proof that they're on the right path. Growth is uncomfortable. It forces you to step outside of what you know, to learn new things, to push through fear and doubt. Struggles don't just test your patience, they test your resilience, your commitment, your ability to keep going when everything in you wants to quit. If you quit every time it gets hard, you'll never see what's on the other side. The people who succeed are not the ones who had it easy. They are the ones who kept going, even when they had every reason to stop. Every challenge you face is teaching you something, whether you realize it or not. It's building your discipline, sharpening your focus, and making you stronger. The struggles you are going through today are preparing you for the opportunities that are coming tomorrow. Some people want success without struggle, but the truth is struggle is what qualifies you for success. If you want to grow, if you want to reach new levels, if you want to achieve things you've never achieved before, you have to be willing to go through the process. Nothing great comes without a struggle, and the sooner you embrace that, the sooner you'll start seeing every challenge as a sign that you are getting closer to the success you've been working for. Successful people don't have fewer problems than anyone else. In fact, they often have more. The difference is that they don't let those problems stop them. They push through setbacks, failures, and disappointments because they understand that every obstacle is just another step in the process. Too many people see failure as a reason to quit, but successful people see failure as a lesson, a redirection, a stepping stone to something greater. Every person who has ever made it big has a story filled with rejection, doubt, and struggle. They got told no over and over again. They lost money. They made bad decisions. They had moments when they thought about giving up. But what separates them from everyone else is that they didn't let those moments define them. They used them to get better. They learned from their mistakes. They adjusted, they kept moving, and they refused to let failure be the final chapter of their story. The road to success is not smooth. It's full of detours, roadblocks, and unexpected challenges. Some people see those challenges and turn back. They think, maybe this isn't for me. But successful people know that those roadblocks are not there to stop them, they are there to test them. They are there to see how bad they really want it, because if success was easy, everyone would have it. If reaching the top didn't require struggle, everybody would be there. But the reason most people never make it is that they let setbacks convince them that success isn't possible. When people face difficulties, they often assume something is wrong. They think, if I was meant to do this, it wouldn't be this hard. But that's not true. Struggle doesn't mean you're on the wrong path. It means you're on the right one. It means you're being stretched, being molded, being prepared for something bigger. Successful people understand that every failure is just a lesson in disguise. They don't let one bad season define their entire future. They don't let one rejection convince them to give up on their dreams. There's no success story that doesn't include setbacks. Every entrepreneur, artist, athlete, and leader you admire had moments where things didn't go as planned. The difference is they didn't stop. They found another way. They worked harder. They refused to let failure win. That's the mindset that separates those who make it from those who don't. Success isn't just about talent or intelligence. It's about resilience. It's about having the strength to keep going when everything in you wants to quit. It's about understanding that every problem is just another opportunity to grow, to improve, and to prove that you have what it takes. The people who make it to the top are not the ones who had the easiest path. They are the ones who refuse to stop climbing. No matter how many times they fell down, storms in life are inevitable. Nobody gets through this world without facing difficulties, setbacks, and unexpected challenges. Some people see storms as signs to stop, as proof that they are not meant to succeed. But the truth is, storms are not there to destroy you. They are there to push you towards something greater. Every struggle, every hardship, and every tough moment is not meant to break you down. It's meant to build you up. When a storm comes, most people panic. They focus on the chaos, on what's going wrong, on the fear of the unknown. But those who succeed storms differently, they know that storms don't last forever. They know that after the darkest night, the sun always rises. They understand that every difficult season is temporary and that on the other side of it, there is something better waiting. Instead of running from the storm, they face it head on. They embrace the lessons it brings, knowing that it is shaping them for what's next. Every person who has ever reached greatness has faced moments of uncertainty. They've had times when it felt like everything was falling apart, like nothing was going their way. But they didn't let the storm define them. They kept moving forward, knowing that everything they were going through was preparing them for something greater. Storms have a way of revealing strength that people didn't even know they had. They force growth. They force resilience. They make people dig deeper, push harder, and find a way when it feels like there is no way. Some people see storms as the end, but successful people see them as the beginning of something new. A storm might shake things up, but sometimes things need to be shaken. Sometimes people get too comfortable in their current situation, and the storm is what forces them to level up. It pushes them to think differently, to move differently, to take chances they wouldn't have taken otherwise. It strips away what is no longer serving them and makes room for what is truly meant for them. A storm does not come to weaken you. It comes to strengthen you. It does not come to hold you back. It comes to push you forward. People who make it through the storm come out stronger, wiser, and more prepared for what's ahead. Every setback, every loss, and every challenge is just a setup for a greater comeback. The struggle you are facing today is not the end of your story. It is the chapter that leads to your breakthrough. The ones who succeed in life are not the ones who never face storms. They are the ones who faced them, endured them, and came out on the other side with more wisdom, more strength, and more determination than ever before. Quitting is easy. It's the simplest option when things get tough, when progress feels slow, or when obstacles keep piling up. Most people quit not because they aren't capable, but because they convince themselves that success is out of reach. But those who make it, the ones who rise above challenges and achieve their goals, are the ones who refuse to quit. They understand that success isn't found in shortcuts or luck. It's found in persistence, in the willingness to keep pushing even when everything in them wants to stop. Every dream, every goal, and every breakthrough exists just beyond the moment where most people give up. The ones who succeed are not necessarily the most talented or the smartest. They are simply the ones who kept going. They understood that success is a game of endurance, that the road is filled with obstacles, and that setbacks are not stop signs. They didn't allow temporary failures to define their future. They knew that the only way to truly fail was to quit. Most people underestimate how close they are to success when they decide to walk away. They assume that if something is difficult, it must not be meant for them. But what they don't realize is that the struggle is part of the process. The challenges, the moments of doubt, the frustration, they all serve a purpose. They shape the mindset, build the resilience, and strengthen the determination that is required to handle the success that is coming. If it was easy, everyone would do it. The fact that it's hard is what makes it worth it. Success is not about never failing. It's about never staying down. Every successful person has faced rejection, lost money, made bad decisions, and felt like giving up. But they didn't let those moments define them. They picked themselves up and kept moving. They treated every setback as a lesson, every failure as a stepping stone, and every challenge as an opportunity to grow. They refused to quit, not because they didn't feel the pressure, but because they knew that quitting would guarantee that they never reached their full potential. The people who win in life are the ones who develop the mindset that quitting is not an option. They find a way. They adapt, they adjust, and they push through the discomfort. They understand that success does not come to those who wait for perfect conditions. It comes to those who keep moving forward no matter what. The truth is, there will always be a reason to quit. There will always be a challenge, a struggle, a moment of doubt. But the ones who succeed are the ones who decide, no matter how hard it gets, that they are not going to stop. They know that the moment they refuse to quit, success is no longer a question of if, but a matter of when. Thanks for watching.